What is up, everybody? This is my Loki Season 1 Episode 2, the variant review, and, this video is probably going to be out a little late. I tried to review mine, have mine out by 3, but that won't happen today, because I woke up a little late. But anyway, if you'd be so kind to subscribe before we start off this review on the road to 100 subscribers, if you like the review, give the video a like. It obviously helps, the channel, and, I don't know, watch to the end. Get that watch time up, but I don't know. I'll stop promoting, but overall, I thought this episode was a really strong episode. I thought it was really good by all accounts. It was like a 9 out of 10. But I'll stop rambling. We start off this episode in 1985, where, it's like a 1985 Wisconsin, where they're having a Renaissance fair, kind of like LARPing. And the only reason I know what that is because it's supernatural, by the way. But, here we have what we're thinking is Agatha Harkness. Another cameo. It's not Catherine Hahn, but it's close enough. Just like how last week we had Peggy, presumably, but it wasn't Haley Atwell. But, the Minutemen come in. They're not, in the subtitles, it said Hunter C-15 or whatever. B-15 last episode, so I called them Hunters, but they're Minutemen. But the Minutemen go into a tent where they are ambushed by this Loki variant. And I guess it was in the beginning, so I don't have to say it. They're ambushed by Lady Loki, who puts her consciousness into, the C-20, I think is her name. C-20 starts attacking all the Minutemen until Lady Loki can get her hands on one of the Minutemen's things, where it has all the, like, portals, Miss Minutes, and all the stuff on it to open the portals. So she, after C-20 gets knocked out, she takes C-20 away with her. To somewhere we don't know, but we later find out. But Loki is in Morbius's cubicle, you'd call it, or whatever, where he's reading a jet magazine, or a ski jet, or whatever. I forgot it. That Mobius has, not Morbius. But Miss Minutes tries to talk to Loki, and Loki's like, yeah, if the red line reaches, if the branch reaches the red line, the timeline is destroyed and nothing can destruct it. So, Miss Minute, they're just talking, Miss Minute's quizzing him, but then, Mobius comes in, and he's like, come on, we gotta go, and he gives Loki this, jacket, and, the jacket on the back has, variant, kind of like the action figure that was revealed a little while ago. That was kind of underwhelming, but after this episode, I feel it's Loki from the series, man. It's not a big deal, but that's only me convincing myself, because I spent $20 on that pre-order. But Mobius and B-15 debrief everybody, and they show some Loki variants, like the one from our main Marvel Universe, 199999 or whatever, and the blue Frost Giant, because our normal Loki's a Frost Giant, and then we have a Hulk Loki, and a Stalker Loki, and this one looks like the Mandarin, so I don't know what's going on there. And then we have like a Viking Loki, which Loki is a Viking Norse thing, but whatever. They go to 1985 Wisconsin. But Mobius talks to Loki, like, did you even watch the videos? And one of the Minutemen behind them is like, what's that? And Loki it says it's temporal charge, and basically describes, like, it's a fancy way of saying it destroys everything in its vicinity. So when they're investigating in the tent, Loki's like, Loki says that he basically spoils the end of the episode, where Loki he says that Lady Loki is going to try to draw him in so that she can destroy the Time Variance Authority. Or that is what ultimately Loki's going to do. But Loki knows what Loki would do. Or does he? Because if you've been paying attention, people don't really think this is Lady Loki's Lady Loki. They think that she is the Enchantress, based off an IMDb casting from before the show even premiered, where it said, like, Youngsters, or whatever the Enchantress's real name is. It said that. But, yeah. Nobody believes, Loki about his, theory about what, Lady Loki's gonna do. And also, if Lady Loki, at the end, knew how to, like, destroy the time stream, is she an actual variant of Loki? Could she have worked at the TVA before? Because she knew how to destroy the time stream with the red line, and you presume that everybody who works at the TVA also knows how to destroy the time stream, but whatever, that's just my little spitting information theory or whatever. But we have Ravonna, I think her name is. There's this weird statue, and she's talking to Mobius, and Ravonna, if you didn't know, she, in the comics, is the girlfriend of Kane the Conqueror, who is going to be in Ant-Man 3, and we highly speculate is the main timekeeper. And from what Ravonna says throughout this conversation, it kind of sounds like there's only one timekeeper, and those pronouns, as heavy spoilers said. But, she's a very mysterious character, and I hope we get more, stuff about her, but there is a season 2. I wouldn't be surprised if she also shows up in Ant-Man 3, since Kane is going to be in it, but, yeah, it's just kind of interesting, but, Mobius walks out, and him and Loki talk, and Loki, is like, if you don't like me, why do you keep sticking your butt out for me, man? Why do you keep, like, protecting me or whatever? And, everything they just talking. I like this relationship, I think, or the relationship between these characters, and their dynamic, and Loki goes down the cool staircase, I might add, and he is supposed to look on every, piece of paperwork that Mobius has done so far, and once he finishes that, he basically, he goes to what I think I would call a librarian, if this was it, because she's in charge of all the files, and she rings, like, a old hotel, bell, or whatever, that's what I'm hearing, but, after that, he tries to bargain in his way. He's like, I would like everything from the end of time. You're not authorized. I would like anything from the beginning of time. You're not authorized. Well, give me something I am authorized for. And Loki gets his file about himself. I don't know if that was just... It's funny, man. This series is funny. But then it goes into, like, a really great moment where Loki learns about the destruction of Asgard. And, how the casualties and everything from the death of Surtur and the destruction of Asgard doesn't even count the, how Thanos butchered the ship. So it's more like, after Thanos butchered the ship, it's more like, let's see, like 4,500 people survived from, like, the Thanos ship, and that's how many people are living in Norway right now. And we also get the funny thing, but, Loki goes to Mobius, and I keep wanting to say Morbius after the, like, actor said it's in the MCU, and Sony had to come out and be like, no, it's not, but, Loki says, like, our variant is hiding in, apocalyptic, places, like, he brings Asgard, which wouldn't work, because if he pushed Hulk off the bridge, the giant dog would eat Heimdall, and that would affect Infinity War. But places like Hiroshima, I don't think I'm saying that right, but where everything was obliterated, if Loki just hit out there and made some changes, nothing would happen. So, he, like, takes Casey's drink, and, man, Loki's just harassing Casey. Justice for Casey, man. No, I'm just kidding. give Casey his juice or whatever. Let's make that trend. But Mobius is like, whatever, I'll take you to an apocalyptic event, but I get to choose. And they go to 79 AD to Pompeii, Italy, I think it is. And Loki just kind of makes a fool out of himself after freeing the goats and like making a mess. And Mobius is like, there's 0 variant energy here, and because that's where they learn how. That's where the theory is correct. Where if you had an apocalyptic places where everything's going to be destroyed, then there is no evidence of you being there, which means it doesn't affect the sacred timeline or whatever. It's not like Back to the Future where you are always going to be there or whatever. But Mobius is like, hey, they go through the blue candy and they find the apocalyptic event that they were talking about. So they're going to Alabama 2050, and that is right where we go, Alabama 2050. During a hurricane or a climate storm, a hurricane that's going to destroy this whole area, which is kind of frightening, man. I kind of think this scenario is like really real, like this could happen. But yeah, they go to the Roxanne Corporation, which I just said that wrong, but it could be a branch of the Roxanne Corporation, who, like, is a big thing in the Marvel Universe, but they haven't used them in the MCU yet. But then Loki dries off his clothes with, like, magic, and Loki can't go with Mobius, because B-15 doesn't trust Mobius, so Loki's gonna go with... But anyway, the variant set a 20-minute timer for he has 20 minutes to do. Yeah, I called him he, just to confuse you. She has 20 minutes to do what she gotta do, but then, Loki and B-15 are wondering, and they find this dude shopping for plants during a hurricane. He's like a hurricane storm sale, which kind of made sense to me, man. I don't know. But B-15 comes out at him, and, like, B-15 is Loki now. And Lady Loki transferred into B-15, and then we have Mobius and the Minutemen looking through the storm in the back room. There is C-20 there. C-20's like, I gave it up. Oh, that's how Lady Loki knew how to destroy the timeline, because C-20 told her. And it didn't make sense then, but now it makes sense to me. Man, that's actually pretty smart. But Lady Loki transfers into a new body of this dude named Riley, I think it was. No, it's Randy. What word am I looking for? Loki. That's what I was looking for. And Randy, as she says to call him, her, or whatever, talk, and as before they can talk, it's just like a big thing. But you see that the actual Lady Loki, who can be in 2 places at once or whatever, is setting up all the charges right now as she's stalling Loki. And Loki eventually gets attacked after Lady Loki transfers into like one body, but eventually this dude's body. But eventually Loki's like, what do you want of me? Why am I, or whatever. And Loki, the variant stands and reveals themselves as this Lady Loki of sorts, which I think is gonna turn out to be a version of Enchantress. But yeah, maybe the picture's too low, but if you look, one of her horns are like got missing, which is a reference to one of the comics, and the timer goes down to 0, which that wasn't 20 minutes, man. I got it, but whatever. And then the coolest part of the episode happens, which I can't wait for next Wednesday, where all the time erasers, I can't remember what their names are, activate, along with the things that Lady Loki kept stealing. So all the time destroy everything things go through one of the portals, and you see all these branches happening on the timeline, the sacred timeline. They're veering so to the red, and man, doesn't this look like a multiverse of madness? But anyway, these people in the TVA are freaking out as Lady Loki is just looking and she like waves to him and everything. It's just but you see on this next screen, you see like all the places where stuff was happening, and you can see like Titan, Asgard, Ego, and it's just like, what? It's Vormir, I think, is even one, but Ravonna is watching this, and she personally grabs her like stick that if you hit somebody, they erase, and it's just chaos, man. All these TVA agents, or the Minutemen, are running through portals as Loki has to decide whether he wants to go with Lady Loki or help stop Lady Loki with the Timekeepers. And eventually Loki makes his choice, where he goes with Lady Loki to wherever, leaving Mobius and B-15 and the Timekeepers as failures at their job. Yeah, but that was my review for Loki Season 2. No, Loki Season 1. I will do reviews on Loki Season 2 if I still do reviews, I don't know. But that was my review for Loki Season 1, Episode 2, the variant. And yeah, I think you can tell by how I described this episode. I really enjoyed it, man. We saw set photos of Sophia DiMartino as in the Lady Loki costume, so we kind of knew. But, yeah, I'm just really interested to see what's going forward next week. Michael Walter, the showrunner, the showrunner, I think it is. He also wrote the series, but he wrote the latest draft of Multiverse of Madness, so this is gonna, like, tie in and everything. But anyway, I'm sorry for rambling. Please subscribe. We're on the road to 100 subscribers, and goodbye, stay safe.